Hello, everybody, and welcome to another daily dose of game news and all that good stuff. I didn't do any episode yesterday. I was very busy. I didn't even have time to get in the basically in the interwebs here. But yeah, we are going for some recap on some stories. But before we do, also on Rumble and on the social stuff here. So seems that AMD is lowering down their 7700X CPUs now below $300. This is with some promo codes and such through Amazon and Newegg also. The interesting thing is, even though they have different prices on their platforms, all the discounts, the price is going to end up the same, so 294.99. Which seems to indicate that it is AMD through their I don't know, through their programs that is going to able to give this kind of value, and indicates that they are in a good way of at least giving good deals, because the 7700X is, in my opinion, for in terms of gaming, it's the second best one after the 7800X 3D. It has this, like the 8 core, 16 threads and everything. It has a good boost clock, and the cache is not that much, but in terms of gaming, it seems pretty much the kind of middle ground, without counting the X3D ones. Because even the 7900 and the 7950, even the X variants, they are basically at the same. They have like difference of 1-2%, give or take, depending on the games. So the 7700X is like the best one per se, without counting the X3D versions. So it's good to see that they are lowering prices. Taking into account that still some of them are burning up, but I have to go in a kind of check some videos with some investigation, because I think this might have to be with some board manufacturers that did their own tweaking on the BIOSes of their boards, and that triggered this whole situation with the CPU, especially the 3D cache ones. Yeah, I think this is it, and I think one of the main guys is ASUS, but I have to check this out better and give my comment on it. I'm not sure. At the time, it seems that it was regarding like Expo turning on that triggered this kind of things. I have to check this out. I think the Gamers Nexus goes about it. I have to check their videos and see what the hell did happen on this situation. There is a rumor that the 7600 non-X version supposedly it's going to be in a French retailer 349. This is not good, especially okay, given the take that for 349 euros, usually all the Europe prices are final prices. So usually when they launch prices in America, you always have to put the tax afterwards. And taking in consideration all of it, I think it should be around 300 to 340 in the US. This card, if they put it on sale with this price, is not going to sell. From what I've been seeing, the best option for this in terms of pricing for this CPU should be around $250. Being the max ceiling, I don't know, 285, 290, give or take, because this is going to be the lower end GPU. It's what people will mainly be buying, and I think this kind of prices come around because of the price of the 4060. Rumors also should be around, I don't know, 300 and something dollars. But yeah, this is only rumor. It's going to be a little tricky to check what kind of prices they're coming up. Usually AMD kind of easier to guess, because usually AMD is easier to guess. Usually Nvidia, they just do their thing, and they just basically, sometimes even the reviewers don't know the final price of the GPUs they are reviewing. It's a little bit strange, but this is like a reference one. We will see how it goes. I hope it does go around $250, give or take. I don't expect to be lower than that, but around 250 to 75, give or take. We will see how it goes. With that price, it will be an excellent takeaway on the at least starting to take away the share market on the Nvidia and put some pressure on them also. Regarding games, we got Unreal Engine 5.2. It's out now. Supposedly adds improvements to anti-stuttering system. It's good, but where is the anti-stuttering system on the Unreal Engine 4? I wonder. And supposedly also enhances Lumen and Nanite. Nanite is mainly about the meshes and that thing. If I'm not mistaken, it's a very complex engine. It allows more kind of AI generated per se, for example, levels and all of that stuff. The Lumen, I think it's more about like ray tracing, because it's global illumination and everything. Usually it's when ray tracing is enters in the scene, and basically the ray tracing, it's processed by the engine itself, so I don't think it's that much dependent on hardware. If I'm not mistaken, I see some presentation of this game, but it's a little bit more complicated than the Unreal Engine 4. The thing with the anti-stuttering system is more about I think it has to do with some stuff that it tries to load, and sometimes it takes a lot of amount of buffer, and sometimes that things that the engine might try to render for in-game might not be never used, or for example never seen by the player per se. So I think it tries to compensate, not basically if it tries to render and see that the player will never go to that area and basically see that. I think it stops rendering, so it skips that part. I don't know if Unreal Engine 4 has a similar issue. It doesn't have, because then we can see the VRAM buffer enters in play also, so it's a lot of mix and match, because of course an engine, you just don't say render this. You have to give instructions of what to render, when to render, depending what kind of level detail that the player wants, what needs to be rendered at what quality. It's a lot of things going around that. But yeah, it seems that this engine, despite I think having more like minimum requirements to have take advantage of this engine, it should be way more smoother and have more fidelity, graphical fidelity, and less issues on kind of performance when you reach that minimum threshold of hardware requirements to run this thing. I don't know, but it's always good that they are improving. I don't know if which is it's Fortnite, I think, that uses always the latest version of the engine. I don't know, because it's a very stylized game. I don't know if you're going to notice anything. For sure, somebody will test it and see if there is like any changes that people can see. In the news, supposedly Layers of Fear demo will be available on the 15th, so in around 2 days or so, give or take, and some PC specs are out. So basically, this kind of my god, sorry, the remaster or whatever they want to call it, it's like the free game. It's like the first 2 games plus the third game of parts of this game. Sorry. And they basically remade everything in Unreal Engine 5, if not mistaken. We got some PC specs here, which is even for ray tracing 4K, it's kind of a decent one. Even with quality high ray tracing, TSR balance. The CPU, it's like 9th generation Intel, or even the 3700X from AMD. 16 gigabytes of RAM, 3080 Ti for 12 gigabytes, which is more than good, I suppose. And they only recommend like SSDs, M.2, 20 gigabytes of space here. Usually what people will trying to play out will be 1080p 60 frames with quality high, even lower CPU demands, so 8th generation and 3600 from AMD. And we got supposedly a GTX 1070, which is very, 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 very old. I think people that are in this generation might have probably a 1060 6 gigabytes or 3 gigabytes, so we might try to aim for 40 fps 1080p with low quality. But if you have like a 20 series, I think you more than okay with a 1080p 60 frames per second with high quality here. The thing with the SSD is the same, can be like a normal SSD, 20 gigabytes, so less things to load up, less disk speed needed. But yeah, it's a very manageable game regarding hardware, from what I can see here. Not much needed for high-end specs here. We got also Lords of the Fallen, could be releasing on October 13. I'm very curious about this one because I played the previous one. This is like a different developer, even though the publisher has added the rights for this IP, which is CI Games. Supposedly we might see something in this Gamers Summer Fest, because we saw some marketing stuff previously. So I think we might see some stuff in this Summer Game Fest, probably, because they announced this thing in the previous festival. I forgot which festival it is. It's the Gamers Fest, when the Geoff Keighley gives this also. It's the Game Awards, sorry. I'm completely off this today. But the Summer Game Fest supposedly will bring 40 plus game companies, and we will start June 8th, and I think it's like 2 or 3 days. I I showed you like a few videos ago a calendar of this thing, but yeah, it's the only ones that are not here, like the big three. It's Nintendo, just skip it because they are better than everybody else. I'm joking. But yeah, we got CD Projekt, Developer Digital, we got all of these ones, Epic, EA, Sega, all of them. It's going to be a very busy summer, because basically it's like the ramp up after the pandemic and all that stuff. Few games launched, and a lot of them were delayed, and again after that more games are always being made, so from these big companies, so we will see how it goes. It starts at June 8th, sorry. I'm going to try to catch up with all of this stuff if I can, because it's going to be it's been very busy, and I will give you my feedback regarding all of these events. They are going to start like the end of this month. It's going to be very tricky to keep up with all of this. And The Witcher, they kind of scrap up the multiplayer game they were trying to do. Then they basically restart over, because they didn't like where the thing was going, and basically they already announced that they have like a new framework for that project, which is Projekt Sirius. And we know this because they have to launch a current report, because they have to put the losses on this investment, basically. The development expenditures incurred in the first quarter of 2023. So they are basically now already have everything set up, supposedly. We will see how it goes. We don't know the name of the game here, and what kind of... we don't know the details because they are still working on it, basically. That's my conclusion of new framework being worked on. It's good, but it's good news because it's better to reach a point and when they start realizing that this is not going to end up when they want it to be, and then just stop and throw everything to the trash and restart. They can lose a little bit money on developing. It's a risk that every developer has, but at least they don't feel forced to go through and make another Cyberpunk 2077 or something like that. And we'll hope that everything goes well, because I really like the Witcher IP, at least in terms of the gaming. I like very much what they did here, and Cyberpunk really did catch up, and now is more, I don't know, it's way better from what I can see. We just hope that they learn with their mistakes, especially with Cyberpunk. It was a mess of a launch and misleading marketing and everything. But yeah, I hope everything now will go way better than it had been with Cyberpunk, because they are going to start not only these two main franchises, they are going to do a lot of offshoots of these little games, and I suppose new IPs, because they grow a little bit more than when they started, with just like half a dozen Polish guys trying to do a good game. And we'll wrap up here with some gaming deals. Team 17 published a sale on Steam. We got the Dredge. It's a new game, very, very positive here. Blasphemous. Which one? I saw another one, I think. Narita Boy. Very positive. I don't know very well. I know because of the name Narita Boy. It one name that it sticks. I never saw anything from that, but it seems very good. But yeah, we got the Team 17. We got Paradox also. They have a lot of excellent games. One of it's upcoming, the Lamplighters League. We got Age of Wonders, Victoria Europa, Universalis, Stellaris, Crusaders Knights, all that stuff. Battletech also seems very good. The upcoming this one, Lamplighters League, is very, very... I saw a preview of this one, a video. It seems very good. It's like XCOM with a lot of mixes in between, and it seems to be very, very good presentation mode now. So it seems pretty polished, even for a preview from the video I saw. We'll hope that it will be like a good replacement for XCOM, since we don't have like the last one was XCOM, not the XCOM 2. After that there was another one. It was a smaller game, very good one, but it was very smaller. It's very linear story, different gameplay stuff, but yeah. Got also Stray, award-winning Stray, 20% off, so $20 give or take. And we got also Wallworld. It's a very interesting game. It's not it's very cheap by itself without the discount, like $5. So I don't know why they put it on sale. But $5. This game is very, very good, even though it's not very, very long. It's basically a roguelike with some mining stuff, tower defense. It's kind of difficult to a certain point, can be a little bit frustrating from what I see sometimes, but overall it's a very good game, very small game, and there is a lot of guides here for sure for you to get around, but it's the story, it's very well told on the environment things from what I saw, so I think it's a goal for if you dig this kind of mechanics in games. And lastly, you got Marvel's Midnight Sun. It's 50% off. I think the Legendary Edition includes everything, all the characters. No, Season Pass, the Bloodstorm. Yeah, Storm, the Morbius one. The Redemption is Venom, and Good, Bad, and Dead. It's the Deadpool one. Yeah, I think it includes all of this. The Legendary Edition. And it's a very good game. It's kind of it's made by the same guys of XCOM, but they managed to get a Marvel game. It's like a battle deck thing here, but it's very well done, and the story it seems pretty good. I saw the Dark Hunter path they did, but the story is very good. Seems pretty decent, and the combat is very addicting. And basically that's it, guys, for today. I will leave with my Go Get Fund Me for me to upgrade my PC to get better and more content from my private clients, and of course in my free spare time doing the gaming news, doing some deep dives, and resuming my gameplays, and possibly doing some live streams in the future. And with all that said, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next one. So till then, Kunamy Master out.